Number one issue for voters in this race that could go to a runoff is what?
The number one,
Issue for voters.
people in Mississippi, we're so concerned about jobs, the economy, an opportunity to get our kids in college and have a job that they like too, and our grandchildren, and then the less regulations. And to be a part of the Congress that's rolling that back has been a great opportunity, but that's what's on the mind of our voters right now.
And there's a possibility of a runoff that could take this race until the end of November. Is that a high possibility? Is it a probability? What?
Yeah, I think it's a very good probability. It'll be 3 weeks after the November 6th election. It'll be the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. So, we're really concerned about getting the vote out at that time. But we are just going to continue to run this race like we did from the very beginning. We started off strong. We're going to finish strong. And it'll be about another month involved in it, but that's okay. We're ready for every bit of that.
And how does your strategy change between right now, where you've got another Republican in the race, compared to if it becomes just a head-to-head with you and a Democrat?
Yeah, obviously, we point out the differences of a conservative person, a conservative Republican, against a Democrat that will be more liberal. I am running strictly on my record. I was a state senator for 3 terms, and one thing about being a state senator, they write down every vote. And to have that conservative record that you can capitalize on, the people of Mississippi see that and they know that, and to help the president with his agenda. I mean, we're in a very good position. When that corporate tax rate went from 35% to 21%, that changed the country and that changed the state. We're enjoying that, and we want to continue on that path.
And we spoke to McDaniel earlier. He third place, but he's accusing you of being too liberal to be the Republican nominee. What do you say to that?
That is totally ridiculous, and everybody knows that. We have a voting record there, and the people that I've served in the legislature with would tell you she was the most conservative vote on the Senate floor compared to everybody else there. So, that's just nonsense, and it's just noise, but that noise is going to go away.
Last question. Will the balance of power in the Senate be determined by the result of this election?
Peter, my prayer is, Lord, please don't put me in that position. I think we're going to be in really good shape, and I think by the time this race is determined that we will already have that majority.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and one more for our producer.
Hello.
Hi. So, a large part of Mr. Espy's campaign is really galvanizing new voters, getting new voters out to the polls, and the Secretary of State is predicting record turnout for the midterm elections. Does that draw concern on your part? Are you happy? What's your reaction to that?
I am very happy. One of the things that's motivating Mississippians to go vote is Kavanaugh, the Justice Kavanaugh vote. People watched that. They saw me sitting behind Susan Collins. They saw me in my floor speech that I gave very passionately in support of Justice Kavanaugh, and that has motivated a lot of Republicans to go out to vote. So we're glad that that's happening.
All right. And in that in-between period, should this race go to a runoff, how will you be getting more voters out to the polls?
Well, we're already prepared for that. We were making plans yesterday. We are not flat-footed. We're looking ahead because we have vision. We can see what the potential is and what the concerns are, and we're addressing that already. We will be ready for the runoff.
Wonderful. Thank you. Did you want to?
Yeah, and if we can just get a quick 2-shot to use in the package. So you think we'll be back here then for a couple weeks?
There's a good possibility. I have been on the ballot 5 times. I've won 5 times, but none of them have been really easy. So we're used to a battle, but that is the process. That's the way that we get out there and we run, but we just run strong.
Do you think the total between you and Espy would wind up being pretty close, and then the other two just finish further down, or is it?
Well, let me pull that magic wand or that crystal ball out. I don't think any of us have that, but we'll know next Tuesday.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we got time for a couple more questions. We're also know you had a couple, and she's going to go visit with the crowd in here. So
I've got to go get votes. And I think I need to hand somebody this.
you can
I'll leave it on.
get it on.
All right.
Okay, I kept my
I'm sorry.
promise.
There you go. Promise made and promise kept. There
That's
you go.
it. We had to keep our promise, and I told him I would do that.
Are you resigned to the fact that you will be going into a runoff and you won't meet that 50% benchmark next Tuesday?
Well, anything can happen, and so much has it's determined on so many circumstances, even the weather. But I think we're going to get out and we're going to have a very strong showing. I would be elated if we did not have a runoff. But with 4 candidates in the race, that's going to be pretty hard to not have that. It's going to be pretty hard to avoid. But we're ready for it. We're just going to go at it again, but we're already making plans for the runoff if that should occur. And I don't think it'll be any surprises.
Mike Espy said you voted against legislation doing away with supporting elimination of pre-existing conditions.
I have no idea where he's getting that. I don't think I know anybody who doesn't have a pre-existing condition.
So, but have you voted on any legislation since you've been in the Senate that would eliminate protections for a pre-existing condition?
Not a single vote, a single amendment that would do that, no. When you vote on massive budgets, when you vote on the big budgets, and I was not there for the omnibus budget bill, but we will continue to work toward that. You have to have 60 votes, as we well know, to get things passed, and we're going to continue to work there, but certainly pre-existing conditions has to be included in that.
So, you would like to see the governor withdraw from that lawsuit that would essentially eliminate protections for pre-existing conditions?
The governor is going to do what he has to do, and I cannot speak for him, but I can speak for me, and I can tell you that I know many people with pre-existing conditions, and there's no reason why we should cut them out.
You're, particularly Mr. McDaniel has accused you of not wanting to debate. Why have you refused to debate? You're trying to become the senator for the next 2 years. You haven't been elected to this position yet. Why have you refused to debate your opponents?
Well, I did not refuse to debate. Let's get that clear up front. There were 2 scheduled that we were in session, and when you have such a slim majority, you cannot miss a vote. After that, we got to looking at poll numbers, and we got to making decisions, and then so many untruths were being told. So why would I give him a platform to continue telling lies about me? We took our message to the public. We got on a bus. We went all over this state. Like Johnny Cash, I've been everywhere, man. And we have met with them one-on-one and given everybody the opportunity to do that, to come out and ask questions. And that's the decision we've made, and it was a very good decision.
Who were you talking about telling untruths about you?
Chris McDaniel.
Which I'm sorry.
Are you going to debate Mike Espy if it goes to impeachment?
We'll make that decision, after we're looking for November the 6th right now. And after that, we will make that decision, and we'll let you know.
Would you debate if you're in a runoff with Chris McDaniel?
I'm going to stick with people that are civil.
All right, guys, we gotta get back.
Okay.
Thank you, Senator.
Hi, Senator. I was just wondering, it's a historic moment for women and women in politics. Why is it important to have more female voices in Washington and in the Republican Party?
Well, so many people. In fact, I think there was a report last week said she doesn't go out and tell people she's female. I think you can look at me and tell that I'm a woman. Very proud of that fact, and I do think it's a lot of opportunity. I have, especially men, come up to me and say, I have daughters, and I am so proud you are doing this because it's such an example to let them know that women can get out and do what they want to do. But it's not a gender issue. It's about qualifications. It's about the best person there. And I hope that's what people see. But I am elated when I have women tell me, you are such an encourager, you're such an icon for the other women in this state. That is really a proud moment for me.
And I know you've talked about how Kavanaugh's galvanized the voters of the Republican Party. What is your message to women who have concerns about the sexual assault issues? How do you speak to them so they also feel heard on that issue?
I take sexual assault very seriously. Don't misunderstand me on that at all. But when somebody is wrongly accused, that is a horrible situation to put any man in, and I will defend Judge Kavanaugh all day long because he was wrongly accused.
So you're 100% sure that Ford was lying about the accusation?
I think Justice Kavanaugh never assaulted anybody, and I think he is a fine man, and I am honored that I got to vote for him.
And Mississippi has the highest female poverty rate. I'm wondering, what's your vision to address that?
We have a lot of successful women in Mississippi. Mississippi. We have a lot of women out there that are business owners, that are entrepreneurs, that are doing great things. So, you know, I think you could probably compare that to a lot of other states and see the same thing. But I'm here to encourage women, to build them up and give them every opportunity I possibly can that they will succeed.
And how do we address the equal pay disparity that women are paid less than men in the state of Mississippi? I believe you've come out against the equal pay initiative that they tried to pass in legislators.
Absolutely not. I don't know who told that untruth. Any job that a man and woman are doing the exact same thing, they better get paid the exact same thing.
And are
as
you willing to
comparison.
fight for that in this state?
Absolutely. I mean, what woman wouldn't?
I don't know.
You know, yeah,
Great.
absolutely.
Well, good luck
All right,
and
guys, we really got
congratulations.
to get going. We got
Thank you.